views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello, and welcome to Open University from our BronxNet East studios at Mercy College, where we keep you in the loop on current discussions in and around the community. I'm your host, Tatiana Parrish, and here's what we have on today's show. You see them zipping and zooming up and down the highways, even some local streets, and they've even caused recent controversy. Well, we'll sit down with a female biker to give us some inside information on the motorcycle community. Plus, in light of recent violence, one group is saying enough, and we'll take a look at their effort to promote peace through music. So sit back, don't touch that dial, and let me keep you in the loop with a brand new episode of Open University. Hello everyone, I'm your host, Tatiana Parrish, and welcome to Open University. As you may know, Lehman College is the home of BronxNet, and this past week, Dr. Jose Luis Cruz was inducted as the college's third president. BronxNet reporter Tanisha Blanche has that story for us.
The 2016 academic convocation is a year of new beginnings for Lehman College, as newly appointed President Jose Cruz is set to adjust the crowd of faculty and students.
Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to join this proud community of teachers, of scholars, of learners. Thank you for trusting me to lead our collective efforts into the future.
Not only was Dr. Cruz welcomed with open arms, several Lehman staff members were honored for their many contributions to the college.
It feels great. It's very humbling, and it has re-energized me to focus on my passion, which is teaching.
I feel so humbled. It feels amazing. I call myself a Lehman life. I've been on this campus 29 years, 23 with the department, and it's just a good feeling to feel appreciated by everybody here at Lehman.
In a community with so much rich history, heritage, and diversity, Dr. Cruz has big plans for Lehman College and Bronx sites.
What we want to make sure is that we build upon the legacy of this great institution, and that we do so by increasing the impact and expanding the reach. So we want to see how can we touch more lives of this diverse community.
Reporting from Lehman College, I'm Tanisha Blanche, BronxNet.
We have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back, so stay tuned.
Hello, good people of the Bronx and beyond. Welcome to A Life in Art.
It's not always easy being a dad.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family? This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
But when you make an effort,
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything. Oh, sorry. Go along, son.
it's always worth it.
Whoa, master!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I am gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Oh my God, go!
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Bronx Backyard on BronxNet, from Broadway in the Bronx. on BronxNet Channel 67 Optimum, 33 Fios, and at www.bronxnet.tv, featuring Johnny Grave, Johnny 7, Brooks Thomas, Genetic Control, Ryan Banga, Bronx Backyard on Bronx Live on your channels, BronxNet.
If you want to stay in the know about the latest happenings in Español, check out Diálogo Abierto, BronxNet's own Spanish show, Wednesdays, 6:30 p.m. on Channel 67. The latest in news, arts, culture, politics, and what's going on in your neighborhood. Diálogo Abierto, the best way to stay connected in Spanish. See you there. Te esperamos.
Welcome back. Our next guest is a female biker who resides here in the Bronx. She goes by the name Miss Pepsi, and she is here to give us some insight on the motorcycle community and why they aren't as bad as they seem. Welcome, Miss Pepsi.
Thank you for having me.
So what inspired you to ride motorcycles?
Just watching the freedom that the people have when you see them going by on the highway. It just looks like it's something invigorating, empowering, and as a female, it made it seem even more empowering to do it.
Right, that sounds really cool. I've been on a motorcycle once before myself.
Once?
Yes. Tell us about the community work that motorcycle clubs do.
Okay, Perfect Riders themselves, we come out of the Bronx. So what we did was we found several families and we had them write a little survey on what type of help that they need. And we noticed that it came around the holidays, which was Thanksgiving and Christmas, that they need the most help. So we chose to do the Thanksgiving. So 2015, we did 6 deserving families that needed help, and we provided them with a whole Thanksgiving dinner that they can cook for themselves. So that was the turkey, the rice, the dressing, everything. And we supplied it to them.
Wow, that sounds amazing. You don't usually hear about biker clubs, you know, giving back to the community in regards to Thanksgiving meals, and that's just amazing. So tell me about the incident on the West Side Highway in your perspective.
That's a very touchy subject with a lot of bikers and a lot of people with cars. Of course, I ride a car other times and I ride bikes when it's in season. I don't think that people in vehicles realize that we're on 2 wheels. There's a lot to hold the bike up, there's a lot to make it move, and we have every right to be on the road. And to my understanding that day, it was who had control more of the road that day. I wasn't there, so I want to first say that. What I saw from it and what I heard from it was the bikers were trying to hold off all vehicles, because that's what we do. We hold off vehicles so that the bikes can safely get on the road. Apparently, this gentleman wanted to get on the road at the same time. And that puts our lives in danger. A lot of cars come right up on us, they come right next to us, and sometimes they want to race us, but they don't realize that that's our lives right there.
I never knew that you guys hold it off cars in order to let other bikers onto the freeway. That's very interesting. And I hope that people can keep that in mind when they see motorcycle drivers on the freeway. So tell me, what do you think is a way that motorcyclists can repair their image with the community? They wouldn't have such a, a hardcore image that they just are rough riders, and instead of, just actual motorcyclists trying to get from point A to point B.
I think first it's not about the bikers need to repair themselves, because we've been here just as long as cars have been here.
Right.
But what I think it needs to be is a respectable understanding. You're on the road, I'm on the road. You have family, I have family. You want to get home, I want to get home. But I think with movies, just like anything, you see a movie, you see a television show, and that's what puts it in people's heads that that's what they are. And the first thing a lot of people say is, oh, you're a gang. We're not a gang. Just like anything, there are bad people and there are good people. And same thing in the motorcycle community.
Wow. So tell me, what is a way that drivers who are in cars can be aware of motorcyclists on the freeway?
I think more so just looking in your mirrors, checking it again. Even if we're far back, it may seem like we're far back, but we're closer. And we have to respect cars also. We can't just assume you see us, know that we're there. So eye check, mirror check, head check. I think it's just the respect of the road. You're entitled to it, I'm entitled to it.
Right. Has your biker club taken any across the country type of trips?
We have not so much on our bikes. I personally, as a female, I'm not ready for that myself. But we have traveled, we do go out of the state, things like that. But a lot of times bikers can trailer their bikes, which is not really happy about, but you do, because you do want to participate in other things that are of long distance.
Right. And will you guys be doing any more community work for the year of 2016?
We actually are looking into getting with a hospital. Our charitable things we want to do is reaching out to those children that live in hospitals. So we want to be a part of that. We want to be that liaison so we can go and visit them during those milestones, during those times that they can't get out of the hospital, to still make them feel connected with the outside world. And then bridge the gap of bikers are not bad people.
Right. And can you tell me anything unique or specific that Perfect Riders MC, your specific biker club, that you guys do for the community?
That we do for the community? We just try to support everyone, because a lot of the bike clubs, they do AIDS walks, they do lupus walks, they do Feed the Hungry, they do a lot of things. And since we're a very small club, what we try to do is we try to help other clubs that need another hand. So any community that's doing something, we're that second hand.
It's great to know that you guys are doing something very positive for the community, because like I said, who would have ever knew? Thank you for coming on today's show. We look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you for having me.
We have to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Open University.
Every Monday night at 9, we talk to the borough's movers and shakers about the latest in Bronx politics, education, healthcare, arts and culture, and literally any and everything that's important to the people of the Bronx. There's a reason why Bronxites have been turning to Bronx Talk for more than 20 years, because Bronx Talk is about you and me, the people of the Bronx. So we'll see you Monday night at 9.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Bronx Backyard on BronxNet. From Broadway in the Bronx. On BronxNet Channel 67 Optimum, 33 Fios, and at www.bronxnet.tv. Featuring Johnny Grave, Johnny 7, Brooks Thomas, Genetic Control, Ryan Banga. Bronx Backyard on Bronx Live on your channels, BronxNet.
From the north to the south to the west to the east, we are expanding our services and upgrading technology at Lehman College. And now, Bronxites have an innovative media production facility in the East Bronx at Mercy College in the Hutch Metro Center, the windows on the East Bronx studio, a state-of-the-art control room, media labs for production and training, and other media-capable spaces, training, workforce development, leading-edge technology, and programs that help you share your ideas, your voice, on your channels, locally and globally. Build media and technology skills at BronxNet and build your dreams.
Welcome back. In celebration of Cancer Awareness Day, the Children's Hospital at Montefiore had a superhero-themed event. BronxNet reporter Kadia Lloyd-Knight has the story for us.
It's Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and it's being celebrated at Montefiore's Children's Hospital. The kids are in for a treat with this superhero-themed event.
September is a really important month in our hospital. We celebrate not only pediatric cancer awareness, but also sickle cell awareness. Today's focus is providing resources to families in our community about what they can do for their patients, for their children who do have cancer.
Over here, hey there goes that Spider-Man in the
Today has a huge impact on our patients. It really gives them the opportunity to show that the community supports them and to show that we don't see them as sick kids. We see them as superheroes. We see them with strength and bravery, far exceeding any superhero you can see in a comic.
Other organizations came out to support and provide resources to patients and their families.
Today we're here just donating hats and bracelets to the children and raising awareness about our company.
We're a day camp for children with cancer and their siblings, and we go for the entire summer. But we tell families they can come for 1 week, 2 weeks. Whenever the children can come, we'll take them. We're very happy to have them. We teach children how to swim, how to make friends. We have arts and crafts, we've got drama, we've got all different types of sports. If you just want to do something low level, a quiet activity, that's fine. If you want a more active activity, we've got that for you.
I am a superhero.
This event is part of an effort to raise awareness about pediatric cancer in order to encourage more people to support programs for patients and families. For more information about Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, visit the website at www.montefiore.org. For BronxNet, this is Kadia Lloyd-Knight.
Welcome back to the studio. Peace December 2016 is making its way back to the BronxNet for another day of the music and positive words. Joining us with details, we have community member and activist Sheikh Musa Drummeh. Welcome.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about Peace December?
Absolutely. Peace December is a movement that germinates grassroots commitment for public safety and a peaceful coexistence among all. The movement removes all barriers and obstacles to peace and peaceful coexistence in every locality where it operates.
What inspired this peaceful movement?
You know, unfortunately, the majority of the world's residents are peaceful and peace-minded and neighborly people. But unfortunately, the small viral criminals among every group of people dominate the stories. Even when it comes to terrorism, you have the majority of people who have absolutely no connection or attachment to violence, but because there's always a small fringe of criminals that dictates, what is heard and what is seen. So the movement came about in trying to neutralize these voices that create more problems perception-wise than even reality. So we want to eliminate any obstacle to a peaceful coexistence, whether they be race, religion, ethnicity, or caste system. In some society, there's a caste system, the untouchables. So we just want to make sure that every single person has the right to live and the right to liberty and the right to be left alone.
And what are some ways or methods that you guys use to eliminate the violence?
For example, domestic violence, let's say here in the Bronx, is one of the most, unfortunately, prominent occurrence in our homes. And study after study shows that children raised in homes where they experience domestic violence tend to be more rebellious, tend to have difficulties associating, tend to have more problems even having a good relationship, and tend to be facing challenges of life more so than their peers who grew up in a loving, nurturing environment. That's one thing. Number two, bullying. Schools, there are children who are terrified for working in classrooms because of the bullies that they would face and the gang violence. In the Bronx here, according to NYPD, we move away from organized gangs to small crews. There are over 70 crews. Some are young as 11 years old, terrorizing their neighbors, hurting, killing, maiming, and going to jail so early. And these are the people who will spend, unfortunately, the majority of their lives behind bars if they are not killed and buried by their parents. So, and also racial tensions and, law enforcement and minorities and so forth and so on. And also, unfortunately, the proliferation of terrorism now cause all peace-loving individuals to act on, promoting peace, just like what we're doing.
Right. And who do you hope to reach?
Our goal is to reach every soul that is susceptible to committing a violence or to being a hateful or to being radicalized or to being delinquent. Our goal is to create a society where people respect themselves in a process respecting others, so that our lives and our properties and our dignity will not be at play in anybody's hands. So the goal is to reach every single soul that is reachable.
How do you feel that peace through music is going to help the community?
Well, music is universal. So it doesn't matter what religion, what ethnicity, what nationality, what language you speak. Music is universal, and the best form of reaching the youth and the disenfranchised is through music and entertainment. That is why we are so blessed to have BronxNet to be the official sponsor for our annual Music Peace Marathon, which is now global. Everywhere people are going to the clips at the BronxNet.org and watching and listening to the messages of peace. So music is powerful, and music with peace can reach a wider audience than any other mechanism or medium.
Right. Will there be individual artists performing, live bands, DJs? What kind of music will be at the event?
All kinds of genres, all musicians, from rap to hip hop to R&B to even choir songs and live, and people travel from Puerto Rico, from LA, from Miami, Florida, from all over New York, and young and old. I mean, all kinds of musicians and entertainers, will converge to BronxNet. And this is a very, very successful, project that we really appreciate the BronxNet for launching it and working with us to making sure that it reaches many souls that it can reach.
And what can we expect for Peace December 2016 this year?
We're expecting a lot more than we've done before, because Peace December started right here in the Bronx with the idea of promoting peace within the residents of the Bronx. Now we are in 18 countries. I just came from China, and if you go to my Facebook, you will see the Chinese people with Peace December shirt celebrating the fact that there is a movement that can bring everybody to the table. And now if you go to Africa, we're bringing different ethnic groups to talk about peace and what they have in common. Last year I was in Israel, so we're dealing with the Arabs and the Jews and the Christians. So today, actually, I received a news from Colombia where, because there's a signature now in place between the FARC rebels and the government. And so our goal now is in 2016 and beyond to make it bigger and better and louder and create more noise, because we can no longer tolerate people getting killed left and right. In the Bronx here, grandparents are raising kids because unfortunately their parents either dead or are in jail. So Peace December will be a very, very positive components to what makes lives better here and beyond.
That's outstanding that this is an international movement. And tell us, where can we find more information?
We have a website, peacedecember.org. You know, we have a very, very active presence also in social media. And also, if you're traveling all over the world, just let us know. Maybe we can connect you to one of our chapter presidents. But the best and the easiest way is peacedecember.org.
Thank you so much for joining us and enlightening us about Peace December.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Thank you. That's it for our show today. Thank you to our guests for joining us and you, the viewer, for tuning in. We hope that we've kept you in the loop on everything that is happening in our borough. I'm Tatiana Parrish. Until next time.
Bronx Backyard on BronxNet, from Broadway in the Bronx. On BronxNet Channel 67 Optimum, 33 Fios, and at www.bronxnet.tv. Featuring Johnny Grave, Johnny 7, Brooks Thomas, Genetic Control, Ryan Banga. Bronx Backyard on Bronx Live on your channels, BronxNet.
Welcome, everybody. We are open. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You can catch me on there each and every night right after the Quiet Storm. You can catch me right here on Open, 10 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Let's just call it on the 10s and then just keep it tuned. And we got you covered like a blanket, okay? I'm out in the community and we're all over the place because we are now open.
Problems of the past to overcome together the challenges of the future. Presenting the first MC, the 21st century Vitruvian man with the message, Grandmaster Melon.
You gotta learn your body, pace yourself, and have fun. So let's go have fun. Let's go do it.
You see, the tricky thing about shoulders, your shoulders is a 3-tier muscle. You have your front delts, you have your rear delts, and you have your mid delts. So when you're working out your shoulders properly, you have to do 3 different exercises.
It's wonderful being able to compete with a lot of these young guys from all over the world. It's important to stay in shape.
Hello, good people of the Bronx and beyond. Welcome to A Life in Art.